Earthworks. This is your starting lineup for round number 1 of the IVIX Industries Southwest Sedan Championship Street Stocks. Your front row will look like this. Car number 4 from Collie, Ethan Geneve, and Hadley Earthworks 16 of Clint Hadley. Row number 2 in car number 6 is Hayden Norman and the 52 of Paul Bowman. Collie's Paul Joss will start out of position number 5 with Shane Wild out of position number 6. For the person on turn number 2 that's got their brake lights on, can you please turn it off? That is a thank you. Let's go to row 4. The occupants from Manjimup. It's David Fawn. He's outside the 121 of Ryan Penfold. Row 5 is Damon Thompson and Phil Lykelet. Row 6 is Trent Claybrook and Colin Metcalf, with row 7 Jake Williams and Scott Hunter. Row 8 is Kate Helms and Tim Matthews. Row 8, Richard Higgs and Wayne Fairbrass. Looks like a field. A big field to start us off here for the feature race. We've lost quite a few due to some incidents, especially that one in lap number 1, turn number 1. But for Hadley's Earthworks, the IVIX Industries Southwest Sedan Championship for the Street Stocks is green. Crawling laps of the Make Smoking History. Collie Speedway is what's underhand for the Street Stocks, and it's Clint Hadley who will lead us out of turn number 4 for the first time of asking. The Manjimup driver, Margaret River driver, leads from Collie. Oh, there's contact. Hadley was all out of shape out of turn number 4, but is that damage caused some dramas for Ethan Geneve? Will there be a tyre rub? We'll have to catch it as he comes through this time by there. Looks like there's smoke coming out of the 4. Is it tyre rub? It is. Tyre rub for the right rear. How long is it going to last for Ethan Geneve? The bad luck is back for car number 4 is Hadley. Well, sits at by in second place. A great start for Paul Bowman, who's into third. Then it's Norman, Paul Joss, and Shane Wild as David Thompson gives a big old shunt to the rear of car number 2. Has the smoke stopped? I don't think it has, as the yellows have come on. We've got one around. That's Ryan Penfold in the 121. Geneve to lead us away. We're back green. $18 laps still to go on this feature race for the Street Stocks. And there's a clear 4 cars out in front. That's definitely some dramas for Ethan Geneve. And there is the tyre finally deciding it wasn't going to hold on for all 20 laps, and we'll have to have another restart. That's rotten luck for Geneve, as that keeps the bad luck flowing for the McCafe Collie, Holden Colnor. Though he will have some good points. Now a new race leader is Clint Hadley. Green lights are back on and we're away in racing in the Street Stock feature race. One of the latest builds from IVIX Industries heads it up for their first ever build from IVIX Industries. Hayden Norman now resides in third place with Joss, David Fall and Shane Wild, all within striking distance of Hadley, who won our first ever series event at Tyre Power Manjimup Speedways. Oh, there's contact between Shane Wild and David Fawn. We'll have ourselves another yellow light. Not too sure what happened between our 2 Manjimup drivers there. To roll us away again. Bowman now on the attack. The 52 looking to be our points leader, leaving the Make Smoking History Collie Speedway. But Norman and Joss want to change that. And Clint Hadley wants to keep the crown. He's able to gap away from the three of them that are battling out for that second, third and fourth spot. Well, David Fall, Damon Thompson and Trent Claybrook all continue on. We'll watch for those drivers that were sent to the tail of the field, as we've got one car that's gone around. That is Wayne Fairbrass, who's parked well off the track, if you ask me. But the chief steward has said otherwise. And we'll try again. Still only with one car on the infield, if you dare believe this one, with the amount of restarts we've had. As here comes Red Jesus on the outside, the 210s. Draw level for the last spot inside the top five. Thompson to the outside, David Fall though. The Bendoni Avocado Ford Falcon holding its place up. The only Falcon inside the top four is being swamped. Hadley, Bowman and Hayden Norman, as here comes Storman on the top side. Still Clint Hadley that leads though, as he may finally be able to put the slider on Bowman, and Storman has hit the front. The West Australian former champion now setting his sights on Clint Hadley from Margaret River. Has Norman found his spot? Not this lap. But he may do what he just did to Paul Bowman, as that's what Joss is trying to do to the 52. The top four stronger. As Keith Fitzgerald and Jacob Giddos will be the first ones to go a lap down. It's now a freight train. The first 15 cars are all nose to tail. Especially our top seven, make it 8 with Colin Metcalf right behind the whole lot of them. Then it's Williams and Penfold, as it's just a cluster of cars following each other at the moment. Hadley doesn't have the room he wants though, as Wayne Fairbrass will be the next one to go a lap down. Norman to the bottom. Hadley still chasing the dirt up top. Lyclet still trying to come through the field, so too is Shane Wild. As they're having an absolute field day in the tail of the field. So too is Hadley, as he's almost into the wall. Does he save it? Yes, and he still holds on to the race lead. Norman has to try and think where he wants to go. Wayne Fairbrass and Keith Fitzgerald just hit at the wrong time. Luckily though for Hadley, he was able to claw his way through, and now a 2-car length gap is what is in between himself and Storman. Joss has been on the back bumper of Paul Bowman this entire race and can't find a way through. The top two now are the ones that are clear. The battle now is for third place. Joss to the bottom of Bowman. Bowman still holds on. More lap cars ahead of our race leaders, as there's a car length between first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all within a bunch, as 3 lap cars all come at the wrong time for our 3 drivers signing for third place. The one that hurts the most is Trent Claybrook, as now David Full tries and fights with car number 21. Hadley again has been the best through the lap traffic. Joss went the wrong way with Fiona Palmer, as there's smoke coming out of the 69. Is that engine expired time for Joss? I think it is. The smoke is gone though, and the power is back, but the yellows are on. I'm not too sure for Keith Fitzgerald. We got 15, 5 to go. Let's get it to the end. Let's cheer him home. Hadley, Norman, Bowman, Joss, and Claybrook, your top 5. We're back green. You've got a funny feeling Norman would love to snatch this one off Clint Hadley right at the end. And I think that's what he's aiming to do, to take his first series win. Hadley looking for his second. He won at Manchima the very first time. I don't think he may have it this time around, but Norman just was fought back, and Hadley has hit the front and almost went sideways in front of the field. Luckily, he was able to catch it. Norman is right there. 3 to go in the street stock final. And Hadley has all the work to do. Jacob Giddos pulls off just in front of our race leaders as Norman Joss finally into 3rd place, ahead of the 2 Albany drivers of Paul Bowman and Trent Claybrook. So the top 2 now, it's just between them. Joss looks like he's in no place to fight for this one. It's only going to be down between these 2. Clint Hadley, who almost loses it, coming to the white flag. And Hayden Norman, there's no time to hug the bottom for Clint Hadley, because Hayden Norman will rail the top on you and take the lead. He decides to stick straight to the bottom, and the feature race of the street stocks will go to Margaret Rivers. Clint Hadley. Second will be Hayden Norman. Then it's Paul Joss, Paul Bowman, Trent Claybrook, David Fall, David Thompson, and the rest of the field as the cluster of go past the line. Well, we got there finally. And his second ever round win of the IVIX Industries Southwest Sedan Championship goes to the Hadley Earthworks car number 16. Your street stock winner for Hadley Earthworks is Clint Hadley. Just recently married as well in the last couple of weeks. How about along the back straight? For IVIX Industries and Hadley Earthworks, the former Margaret River Club president, now deciding to choose work and Speedway. It was a great win in the end.
I hear the drums echoing tonight. She had us all.